So today we're hoping that we can take this panel out, the tank cover, and this piece seemed to be the easiest to take now, just this bolt and then this piece. I want to take all that out. It's a red and white, but I want to put a little, personalize it a little bit. Since I already have a yellow car, I want to match that. So I'm gonna convert this into yellow and black. I like to have the tank black. I like to have this part yellow, this piece yellow, and I was thinking of possibly this piece and this piece yellow, go all the way down here yellow, but that's kind of iffy. Maybe not. So I might just leave this black, because there's gonna be a lot of dirt coming up here. Leave that black. This part is gonna be yellow, and this piece is gonna be yellow. This piece right here, it's gonna be matte black, and we're just gonna wrap it. See how it turns out. Okay, I'm gonna see. Taking all this thing out is pretty standard. There's a lot of video on YouTube. The people already do it or did it. Show you how to take this tank part out, this piece out, this piece out. This piece, I'm not entirely sure if I have to take it out or I can just, there's a gap between. I'm not sure if I can just tuck it in between. The only problem is this part right here. Maybe if I just take the whole assembly out, it's easier to wrap things. So let's see how it goes. But first of all, I think I'm gonna take this piece out. That's the easiest to take out. And then take out the Yamaha piece sticker and leave this for now. I'm gonna take this part out. I think I'll leave this here, and then we'll just cut the wrap around it. Take this piece sticker out. Oh, there's a scratch already. Oh no, there's no scratch. Just dirty. Alright, so let's move on then. Well, the progress is working slowly, but I took everything apart. So far I got the front, I don't know what you call this, the front face where the headlight is at done. Took kind of annoying because this part, but I believe the whole mirror gonna cover this whole part. So I'm just gonna leave the bubble. It's okay, because it's gonna be covered by the mirror, and everything else turned out okay. Underneath I wrap over, because this one is gonna catch a lot of wind. Like, this is where the wind gonna hit first. So usually I want to wrap underneath it, and then I'm gonna apply kind of like a sealant down here so the wind doesn't come underneath it or the dirt underneath it and lift the wrap up. But in case if it does, then I'll just re-wrap it again. It's not a big deal. That's what I wanted. That's why I took everything apart. And now we come to this piece where your butt is hit. This is where your butt is sitting back onto. This is mostly straight line, so it's pretty easy to do. Not too difficult. Heat gun is your friend though when it comes to wrapping. So let's say this part, right? You have a little curve, so it's go like this and then curve down like this. What you really want to do is use the heat gun, heat the whole damn thing up. Don't put it too long, because you can start feeling it. Like, you see how the wrap start to shrink a little bit? That's when you know it start to easier to stretch, and then you feel it too. Like, you just feel it. See? Look at that. When you heat it up, much easier to maneuver it. There you go. When it comes to corner and stuff like that, just heat it up and wrap it. If you get a crease like this part right here, it's okay. Heat it up and there you go. Lift it up and then go over it again. Wrapping is not that difficult at all. But you haven't done it before, I'd recommend you do the small part first. Just buy like a small piece of wrap paper and just wrap anything. Like the first thing I did was I wrapped my keyboard, which is all straight. I wrapped that, and once I get used to it, I turned to a it was a microphone. It's like a round thing, so I wrapped that. Mostly do the easy things first around the house. Find whatever you can and then wrap it. Don't jump into the big piece right away, because you fucked up. It's quite pricey. It's not a lot. I bought a 3 feet by 5 feet piece, yellow piece. This one is called Sunflowers by 3M. It's called the 3M 1080 wrapping paper. This one is made to wrap cars and stuff, so it's gonna be sturdy. And you can feel it too. It feels really thick. I have an R3 too. See, there's a creed right here. Gonna heat it up. The cool thing about wrapping paper is when you heat it up and you it become like it will straighten it out. It will straighten itself out for some reason when you heat it up. There you go. Go slow, little at a time. There you go. Right, so the 3M versus the R3, there's pretty much two main competitors. It's 3M and R3. The R3, I bought the green piece. Maybe it's just the wrap, that particular color. It's very thin compared to 3M. Their material, the wrapping paper, is much thinner than the 3M. So the thinner you get, the harder it is to stretch it. Like let's say right here is get crease, right? So I have to stretch it. That means the thicker, I think, the better. Look at this. I'm gonna heat this part up. Heat it up. When it comes to wrapping, if this part is gonna be underneath the seat, so most of it, nobody gonna see that. So I'm just gonna tuck it underneath it, tuck it. Not too long, because you will melt the wrap paper for sure. You heat it too you heat it too long, your wrap paper would just melt. I had that happen one time, and because I really want to wrap it over like a circle thing, and I just let the heat on the wrap paper for too long, and literally the paper just melt into liquid. And there you go. And go slow, little thing at a time, little at a time. Work slow, heat slow. The squeegees work best too if it's like a long, thick, long flat piece. You can use this part right here, squeegee. Recommend just put like a paper or something, or kind of like a cloth over it so it doesn't scratch the wrap paper. And for this is small piece, I'm just gonna use my hand. Not gonna be that bad. bubble. It's okay if you get bubble too. You have bubble. There's variety of things that you vary up. Thing that you can do to fix that later. Heat gun, of course you're gonna heat it up and then use a X-Acto knife, poke a small hole, just like dot that bubble part, and then you would just, and then heat gun it, heat it up, and then squeeze it like this. So you're forcing the air out of the bubble part. So this piece come along pretty nicely. It's not like the front piece. It does have a lot of curves area. That was kind of a pain, but yeah, the progress is going great. Now I'm gonna wrap over. I want to tuck it underneath. There you go. Tuck it. And there we have it. And don't go cheap. What you really want to do is you want to have more than you need, because if you go cheap and you order or you cut exact length of the piece that you want to wrap, because you do have to stretch them, or sometimes you don't want to stretch them, it's gonna be a pain later on. If you cut, you're trying to be cheap like I did before. I'm trying to be cheap and conserve the wrap paper. I just cut to length, and that didn't turn out too well. I came out short, and then I have to go back and use another piece. Turned out wasn't a good idea. I don't know how this piece is gonna be, but I think this whole part here gonna go underneath the seat. So yeah. Alright, so that's it for this piece, and I'll move on to the next piece. When it comes to the hard part, I'll turn on the camera again, and right here, let's have a bubble.